Okay, you're like stream crashed on OBS, but only OBS. I'm like, okay, you lost internet for a second, I guess.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Oh, that annoys me. That annoys me.
It's been doing that too.
Oh my god, this is so annoying. These outdoor farms are wider than one segment of.
Hang on, I'm coming down.
Foundation.
Let me see the emergency. This is an emergency. This constitutes. Oh Jesus Christ.
See, okay, so this is just off the thing, and then as you go down, and these are linked together by the game. Like the game's considering them linked, and they're gapped, so they keep getting further and further off until we get over here, and they're like hanging off.
Oh hail to the nah! All right, hang on. Maybe we can do something. Hail to the nah!
Oh,
also, welcome back, everyone. What I'm thinking. Oh my god, it's egregious.
My dumbass wasn't drinking water. I almost died. My dumbass wasn't drinking water. I almost died right there.
Egregious. Both your non-water drinking, but then also I think what's so annoying is that you're right. First of all, the gap is the same size for all of them too.
Yeah.
And also part of it is just where we're placing the foundations under the building.
Considering them linked.
I know.
If you look at when you build them next to each other.
Why can't they just...
It's linked, just like all the...
Ugh. That's so...
But I'm like, wait, I could have sworn they were... hang on. I need to make another ladder to the top. Is that something that's only happening because it's on foundation, or cause...
It's because of where we placed the foundation grid underneath the building, I think.
Hang on. Ladder.
So like, for example, if we build out... How does a scientist freshen their breath with experiments? Let's go. Oh, the corn. We'll just feel it out too with OBS. If OBS keeps on doing this, then I'll dip, but like, god damn it. Dissatisfaction. So why won't it let me link it to this one, interestingly?
Earbuds just died.
Oh, because of cocoa seeds. Okay, so they always had that gap. It's not just because of what we're building on. But that's so dissatisfying.
Yeah.
There are no words to describe
I don't
how
mind
annoying.
The gap. I don't mind that the gap exists. I just wish it was matching the measurements of other things.
Agreed.
Like the scaffolding and such. Because I think the scaffolding's like the scaffolding I think is 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4.
Poor Chad. Chad is definitely like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, the scaffolding doesn't match the size of a single compartment either.
Thank God we did a quarry stream earlier, so if this does turn into a storm, I don't feel as bad. But god damn it. I'm like, first New Jersey's acting up, then OBS is acting up. Can I please just catch a damn break? Everything behave.
Now nothing's gonna behave.
Of course. That's the way it always is.
That's just the way it is.
Always. Oh algae, bacteria, mutagen T1, T2, fertilizer, phyto. Where are our food seeds? Apps to order self-driving cars to the protest area and then lighting them on fire. Wait, that's actually amazing, Purdy. That's my favorite thing of the week. Thank you. So what you're telling me is that they ordered a bunch of self-driving cars to come to the protest just so that they could destroy them? Maybe nature is healing after all, y'all. And by nature, I do mean the protesters. Good for them. That's hilarious. That's absolutely the best way to be disruptive around. Yeah, we might be alright. Yeah, that gives me some hope. Thank you, Purdy. I needed that today. I appreciate that you knew that I needed that
I'm
today.
gonna go to the meteor crater and I'm gonna see if I can't find some. I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna see if I can't find those rare fish eggs.
Ooh, let me join. I wanna come. You said the meteor crater, right?
Mm-hmm.
On my way.
And I'm bringing some beans.
Welcome back, DOS. After the whole refresh and freaking OBS being OBS. From what I was reading, the LAPD were using cars for surveillance, so absolutely no love lost on my part for the cars getting lit up. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. The fact that they're using the self-driving cars as surveillance is just... You know, sometimes it's just a level of cartoon villainy that's honestly impressive. New desert planet. What's up, John? Same planet, just different biome. Oh boy, now we got texture snapping. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. John, I'm glad you're enjoying Dune. It was so funny. I heard such mixed reviews fairly recently that I'm just giving it time, you know? I've heard a lot of good stuff, though.
I like that they went with the alternate universe route.
Danger zone. Let's go, Purdy. Thank you for the bits. You like that they went with the what?
Alternate universe route of the game is not. It's not in the like.
Yeah, because otherwise Paul Atreides really is a problem, isn't he?
Yeah. Ooh, I found some basic, like not generic frog eggs, but like decent frog eggs just in a pond up in the Zeolite cave.
Well, shit. Okay. So it's where the rare materials already are. Noted. It's the new Dune, not 1980s Dune. So I've only seen the new Dune. So for me, that's one and the same.
Well, no,
No, I'm saying because I've only seen the...
Yeah. It's aesthetically based on the new Dune, yes. But it's a different universe than the Dune from the books or any of the movies. Paul Atreides is not the Mahdi.
Got you. It's so fascinating.
And the 1980s Dune is terrible in my opinion. Like there are some things I love about it, but I hate its story changes. Like I love what it tried to do with special effects and everything. I appreciate that. Like the personal body shield stuff, like they animated every single frame of that fight
Oh
scene
my.
in the early, like that apparently took half the production time of the movie.
Good lord.
Like, yeah, it ridiculous. But like,
That's an
and I
insane
appreciate
amount of
them
work.
for doing that. But
Rachel, it's good to see you. Thank you for the tab.
significantly bad storytelling choices.
Is it true though to the books, or is it just?
No, like it follows the overarching plot, but it's like they take so many liberties with things. They cut very good characters out. Like Duncan is a minor character, and like he's seen twice in the entire film.
Oh Jesus!
When he's introduced as Paul's like warrior friend, declared as this mighty warrior, and then during the Harkonnen attack and dies like a chump.
Good God. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I could see how that would be a problem then.
There's just a lot of it. Honestly, the 1980s movie made me think the story of Dune was done.
They did not want to pat Jason Momoa.
They didn't want to what? You didn't want to pay Jason Momoa or what? He did the job. He played the role of Duncan pretty much as the book would play it. Would have had it done.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty matching to like what little I read of the books. It does match pretty one for one.
Yeah, his role in the books is pretty similar to the role he takes. Jason Momoa played in the new Dune movie.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about the 1980s Dune. I mean, I know that all I will say is Fade Ratha in the new Dune was fantastic. That was, honestly, for me, that was the most enthralling part of the film. I was like, just the acting and the difference in the personalities going on there was amazing.
I like this new Dune, like visually, it's breathtaking, but I still kind of like the sci-fi miniseries Dune.
Okay, I'll check this out.
But again, both the sci-fi miniseries and the new Dune movies, like since they split the movies into two parts, they did a good job of spacing out the storyline because it is a heavy story, and there's not a lot you can easily cut.
Got you. Okay.
And one thing I liked about the sci-fi story went with is they aged Paul up. They didn't make him a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah. I mean, 16 is pretty freaking young.
Yeah.
That is one thing I have to say about a lot of fantasy and sci-fi plots is just, you know, how young the protagonists are makes it a bit ridiculous to me. It's like, I would not trust a 16-year-old with pulling the car out of the driveway, let alone saving the world. It's just a little... You know, it just gets a bit weird. Oh, water bottles are in here. Cool, underwater bunker. What's up, Zach?
Yeah.
It's good to see you, dude.
A while ago.
Dun dun dun. And Zach says VIP,
dun, dun,
let's freaking go. We can make that happen for you, Zach. Dun 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 dun. I don't know if I need to use the app first. We're gonna see.
Bee or anti-butterfly larva underwater.
There we go. Zach has redeemed VIP, and so VIP has been granted. Congratulations, Zach. Thank you for saving up and for spending the points. How you doing, dude? It's good to see you. Let's freaking go. It's a happy day when we add a new VIP. It's a happy day indeed. How you been, dude? You know, I have had a slightly less horrible day than yesterday, but it was still kind of funky. I know we're getting a full moon.
Find these fish eggs.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm assuming that they would be in corals. I know why I'm picking up nitrogen. We literally
There's not
don't need
many
nitrogen.
in the meteor cave. Like I looked up where some of these are supposed to be, just so I can see them.
Maybe we don't have the right amount of fish yet.
We're already through amphibians. We're working our way to mammals.
I know, it's weird. I'm trying to think where a fish egg spawn point would be. What are they saying that it looks like? Is there like a picture?
It looks. Honestly, I've never seen them out in the middle of the thing. They're all but 2 are preferable, and 5 may be collected in the wild by placing. Oh.
What? Do we have to place the fish farm?
By placing water life collectors in the appropriate regions.
Oh.
So we go to these areas.
Perfect. Let me move a couple of the ones that we have.
Valley. We go to the meteor crater. We build water life collectors here, and then
on my way back to the base to do exactly that. I'll go place them, pop them in. And I'm okay, Zach. I'll be really excited when this week is over. This full moon feels like this is going to be a weird one. I'm calling it now. I think tomorrow's full moon's going to be kind of weird. People have been really weird this week. I don't know if for those of y'all that work in service industry, you've been noticing it, but I will say this much. I have already had at least 6 different encounters that were really weird. Not with like you guys online, but with like people IRL. And usually that's my baseline for how a full moon's going to go. Let me just say, I do not have high hopes for this one. This one is fucking... This one, oh my god. People have just been really weird about personal space, very grumpy. Yeah, they've been a little wild. That's exactly it. I'm just kind of like this whole full moon could really miss me. Man, it's hard to believe what this planet looked like when we first got here.
Right.
Is Mercury in retro again? No, worse. It's a full moon in Cancer, which like Cancer is a very, so like I love the Cancerians of my life. Nobody take this personally, but like they're very passive aggressive. There's a lot there that doesn't get expressed easily. So I never look forward to it when we're about to have a full moon in Cancer, because also Cancer and the moon, like the moon is basically Cancer's ruling planet. So like this is just going to be very heavy, very emotional, very intense, lots of weird shit coming out. And I'm not really looking forward to it because I don't know about you guys, but you know, I like my full moons in such a way where they're not emotionally explosive, personally. I'm just not really looking to, I'm tired. I'd like to sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that.
My general vibe of the full moon is that sometimes they're great and sometimes I just want to scream. Alright, I'm gonna leave one of these up here.
So
this first. So what are the 3 areas that we need to put these in?
Starting Valley.
So Starting Valley is number 1.
But that's only, it's 100%, so we don't really care about that one. It's a big red fish. It's not really that pretty.
What about the Red River? Should we put one there?
Meteor Crater, Zeolite Cave, and Zeolite Cave get one. The Grand Rift and the Gate Desert. So put one under the Rift Gate.
Okay.
The Highlands, which is
us basically, because we're by the snow.
No. We're in the ice plains. The Highlands is where the arcing rocks are.
Did you say anything by the Sulfur Cave?
Lost Paradise.
No, you said by the Starting Valley, but we don't care about that one.
Starting Valley, yeah, it's a basic, it's a 100% one. It's not.
Okay. Kidding, I'm not even a Cancer, right, Purdy? It's just, it's one of those things where I don't look forward to full moons when they're in Cancer. They're usually pretty painful.
Come back out to the
on my way.
The beach. Yeah, the beach has actually come back out here and keep going past the crater. There's a beach. That one has one we cannot craft.
Okay. So go to the beach past the crater. Got it.
Yeah, so come out of the crater, go to the... There's a waterfall. A big waterfall, not a small waterfall. Like a big waterfall in the background kind of thing.
Okay.
But
oh yeah, where we found
actually,
the suits.
Oh no, sorry. That's actually... God damn, there's so many waterfalls around the meteor crater. No, not the waterfall, biome. So, okay, so if you come out the Zeolite cave, there's like, there's a tiny waterfall, a medium waterfall, and a giant waterfall where we find the suits. Go to the medium waterfall.
Tiny, medium, and large. Okay.
In the middle.
Yeah, well, yes. Okay, medium one, got you. En route. Just to confirm that I'm in the right spot, do you want to check stream real quick?
No, you're at the big one. You're at... Come my way.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Too bad for folks in my life. They get the best and worst of Virgo and Libra for me. Yeah, I've got Taurus, Sagittarius, and then a Capricorn rising, so I'm a fun time. What a volcano of a person, right? Medium one is this one, I'm assuming?
This big one. Actually, I guess this is the big one, I guess. Okay. Well, I meant from like the crater you could see from the meteor crater we were in just now. But
okay,
yeah.
hang on. Let me just get back to the meteor crater.
You know where you would, I guess you did have your, there was just giant, out where there was just giant desert, nothing else. Well, it's now a beautiful beach, which I don't think I've actually looked at since.
Oh my god, okay, I see what you're talking about. It's these three.
Yeah.
So is this one the medium?
So come over the wall there and you're on the beach and just bring it out to the ocean and we might be able to find a Galbia in one of the Water of Life collectors.
Got you, okay.
What, not Water of Life. Goddamn, we're talking about Dune and suddenly I'm thinking Water of Life. So the fish out here are very beautiful. Like there's just natural fish out here.
Oh, exciting. Let me see here, Water Life Collector. And it's going. What will we be looking for phytoplankton-wise?
No, it'll, like, no, they will actually occasionally get you eggs.
What's up, Lord? Oh, they'll just give you the whole egg, okay.
Yeah, and so I have it set to
ooh, rare
supply.
frog. Very rare frogs. Oh my god.
Oh, these are naturally spawning. Yeah, these since we put those eggs down, they spawn around the world now.
Oh, that's awesome. What's up, Lord? Good to see you. Alright, so that's one. Now let me go back and deconstruct another Water Life Collector. Make another one. Okay, so then we also needed one, you said, not the... Oh, it's by the broken archway?
In the meteor crater, one by the archways that where we found the lost paradise. Oh, and one under the waterfall, too. We'll also get one.
Okay.
And the desert gate.
Got you.
Or the gate desert. Looking for little ponds. I love the occasional golden butterflies we see just flying around.
I know, right? Just like casually running around out here. It's very cute. What's up, Forward? Welcome in. Oh my goodness. This game is aesthetically pleasing. It is. It's very colorful. It's as colorful as the Oblivion remake should have been. Could not have dropped that stuff off. Hang on. Silk bioplastic super out.
Yes, yes, yes.
What?
I found some more rare frog eggs.
Very nice.
I love these ones.
I'm excited. Also, I wonder why bioplastic isn't constructing.
Bioplastic nuggets are being constructed upstairs. They might not have a. They might not have a chest, actually. They might just sit in the autocrafter.
Mushroom silicone. Do we have more mushrooms that have been getting brewed up?
Oh, you know what? We didn't actually set anything up in the farm.
Okay, do we have seeds? Because I'm gonna pop that in real quick.
They should be there. There should be food seeds somewhere.
Try and find them.
Thing.
Okay, not fine. See, let me head back. You know what I'm realizing? I think we might have deconstructed the farms, but not saved the seeds.
You have to take the seeds out, but
no, what I'm saying is that whatever we did with the others, like the mushroom things or whatnot, there's no chest full of food seeds.
Okay, I'm on my way back. Hang on.
Let me just see. If you can, hit up some blue chests. See if you could just find mushroom seeds at the basic level. You have cocoa seed. I'll plant that. Tree bark. Rockets. Unless I'm missing something. Would it be under? No, that's that. Flower seeds. We have food seeds. Found them. Never mind. We're fine.
Okay, I was gonna say I should have a food seed thing.
Frog displayer.
Hey, look, we got a frog displayer.
Yeehaw. I got a lurk still. No worries, dude. We are chilling. Let me do some.
I'm glad that glitch of it not telling me what we're getting is gone.
I know, that was the weirdest shit. I was not enjoying that.
Man, like you're getting them, but it's like I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this thing to pop up. That you're like that popped up like 30 minutes ago. Like, god damn it!
I know, right? It's like the best laid plans. And welcome back. Enjoy your luck. We had a brief delay because for some bizarre reason OBS decided to drop the connection. Hey War, thank you for those bits. Let's go. I'm going away. Amazing. I freaking love Life of Brian, dude. That's one of those films that pisses off a lot of people. And I don't care. But boy, thank you for the biddies. Let's go.
Look on the bright
side of life. I don't know why it pisses off so many people. I feel like everybody's a little bit too fragile. Michael, come now. It's good comedy. Alright, so that's a relief. So hopefully that will do their thing. Let me replant these. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll take the ones that we have with me, I guess. Yeah, what else do I need for these? Super alloy and bioplastic. Alright, so let me drop off this. Drop off this. See. B. Gorgeous. And now we go. Off we go.
Let's go.
Let's go. God damn it, its inventory's full. Hang on. Here I am, once again. You know what, let me just take the other one too. Fuck this. I'm gonna lose my mind. So much phytoplankton. I'm so relieved though to find out that we could just get fish eggs from them. Hello.
It takes a little bit of luck for it to... Maybe I should have made these tiles a bit bigger, but whatever.
What happened?
Nothing, I just... Okay.
Thinking bigger aisles.
Yeah, because it's hard to get past people that are already in it. It's okay.
I mean, what we can do is we could also expand laterally. Because I don't know, I just jump over your head. Alright, heading back to the meteor zone. Well, there we go. Seems like the storm has finally passed. I was like, are you gonna thunder at me? Are you gonna rumble? So, Droney.
Lightning and the thunder.
I'm like checking because I don't want to take it for granted.
Yeah, no.
I told you about the PC that fried
lightning
in
and
front of
thunder,
me when I
and
was
all
12,
of a sudden,
right?
Imagine Dragons popped into my head.
I know, right? Oh, I know. That is exactly how it is with Imagine Dragons too. I'll check the other one also while I'm at the meteor. See if we're picking up anything.
So the new frog eggs are in.
Yay! They're gonna be pretty.
If you wanna come look at them, I mixed them up a little bit.
I'm on my way to the meteor, but hang on. When I'm on my way back, I will check.
No rush.
As I'm zoom.
Oh, and I found an extra energy multiplier fuse to finish out that triple
Hell yes. That's such good news. We need that.
So now each of these fusion reactors are not fusion reactors, what are these? Oh yeah, nuclear fusion generators. 6.6 thousand kilowatts.
Well, thank God. Hopefully that will meet our energy demands.
We currently have 2 spare. 32.8 thousand kilowatts.
Perfect. If you want to start installing some fish farms, we can really crank this up to the next tier. More amphibian and more fish farms would probably go a long way. Mammals are gonna go insane. Meteor is right here. What's up, Samish? How you doing? It's nice to see you. We are chilling. We're doing some terraforming this evening. I am joined by Mr. Ancient Hydra. And we are relaxing.
Hello.
We're vibing. We've got froggies. Now we've got fish. Soon we'll have mammals. Meck, welcome in. Good timing. It's good to see you. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. I know that today was froggers. We've got froggies. We've got fish. We're on our way to mammals. We're just over here jumping through the rungs, you know? Stuck in horrible traffic. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I hate traffic. Honestly, of all the things that make me insane, traffic is it. Like, I try really hard. Marissa says Jurassic Italian. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. The proper response, especially too as I'm about to have a little Maligator pup in my life. Oh my god, Samus, you're gonna love this. But my mom is now officially getting excited about the prospect of Riot, and I was like, here we go.
Oh, I added, at very low priority, some phytoplankton and the lesser, larvae and such to the shredder. So it'll automatically get rid of things. But
perfect.
It's low priority, so they'll fill. Hang on. You put supply phyto. You put these things under supply, not demand.
Oh. I thought it meant like supply the chest. Samish, I am so sorry, dude.
They supply for. Okay, so yeah, it might have gone. Whoops.
Oh shit. And
okay.
hell yes, Marissa.
I'm fixing it.
Hell yes, Marissa. Good for you, dude. Keep pushing. You're gonna get there. I know it. Everybody's got to return and start back somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest thing. Is like, even today I was doing a little mini hike. And then also like a little mini treadmill session just to get myself back into like, do I feel like moving? No, but like I'm gonna do some movement just because like it was kind of one of those rougher days. And then as I was sitting there, I was like, you know, this isn't so bad. I'll survive. Let's go. I see phytoplanktons with a fishy attached next to them, image-wise.
Welcome in, Meck.
Meck!
Can't let you all the fun.
I know, right? He's like, I can't miss all the fun. Hell yes.
I at least have to make an appearance for appearance's sake.
Fact. As much as I can, so first night shift back tomorrow won't end me. Facts, Marissa. And everybody at work better be nice or else I'm gonna come and fight them myself.
Magic
That's
number?
a thing that will happen. What happened?
Magic number?
Magic number is... Oh,
cat.
it got fucking... Oh my god. Hang on.
Oh, because you ended...
No, I didn't end stream. OBS ended the freaking stream on me.
Yeah. As far as Twitch is concerned, you ended stream.
Freaking OBS.
So it deletes the pin message.
There we go. It's HP. Capital Q?
Yep, I got it.
Okay. It was like, I do not know if he needs me to read this.
Nope. I can read.
So it didn't give me fish eggs, but it did give me a picture of a fish next to 3 different variants of phytoplankton. So what I'm assuming is that I'm just going to make the eggs that would technically go with them. Assy, what's up, dude? Welcome in. It's good to see you. How you feeling?
You got the magic.
Let me see what you're talking about. Go back to the thing. I want to see what the
It was only in the carrier. Hang on. I don't think it's going to show me it here, but it had like a little black and white fish next to these 3 on the bottom. So I'm assuming it leads to a variant. I don't know. Bassy, how you doing?
Oh, so the question is now, where the hell am I?
That's a valid question.
Hey, you know this thing that we made you last time? You hit
Oh,
the
yeah,
M button.
map. Right, yeah. I keep forgetting I have a map. Honestly, I do.
And there's also these wonderful beacons. If you want to go back
Yeah,
to
the beacons are all over the place, but they're just kind of there.
look for the one that
Right,
literally
which is
says
annoying, but I'm
base on
excited
it.
to do some fun stuff for the full moon. Assy, we were just talking about the full moon too. It's like you intuitively heard us, because I was explaining that with the full moon, this one, I'm just like, I gotta say, people are being really weird over here for the full moon. It's getting really, really weird. Like so my dad and I went to Home Depot yesterday morning, right? And he's just standing there. He's like in the line to return something, okay? He goes to hand the woman his receipt and she's like, back up. And we're like, what? So I'm just like, all right, weird lady. Then we go over to the paint area and the paint guy is just like, I can't help you. I don't know why you're here. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we're speaking politely. So then we leave all of Home Depot. And we're just like, you know what? Fuck that Home Depot. Maybe people are just weird at Home Depot. I'm standing outside of a Dunkin' Donuts waiting for him. And some woman literally comes up and in my ear is like, excuse me. Thank God we play horror games because I did not jump scare, but I swear to God, I was just like, what is going fucking on? Marissa, enjoy the lurk. Some leftover pasta and shower, hell yes. I swear to God, you guys, I was just like looking around, I was like, what is happening? And it was just so aggressive. Like the way that this woman was like, back up. We were just like, oh, okay. I was like, now listen, I'm supposed to be socially awkward because autistic, and even I can't figure out what the fuck happened here, so, you know.
Oh my god, the frogs are gorgeous.
Aren't they wonderful?
These insane orange frogs. Oh, that's a giant frog. Cool.
People always do ask you. I don't know what it is with the full moon, but it really does, like, people just get so beyond bizarre.
I'm just trying to get my father to stop messing with my car.
Uh-oh.
What's
he doing?
Well, both the cars. Last time he did one of them, he was, oh, we're going to tighten the oil pan up. And guess what? He split the oil pan gasket.
Oh, dear God.
So now I'm trying. Yeah, right. Now he's going, oh, I keep tightening the other one because I'm afraid it's going to start leaking again. No, it's leaking a little tiny bit. Just leave it alone. Don't fool it.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I know that pain. I know that pain. My mom gets like that about the pool where she's like, no, really, like there's a problem. And I'm like, no, there's no problem. Stop what you're doing.
It's a 60-year-old car. It's going to leak some oil. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
I realize why it's doing that. It's taking, seeds were getting taken out of the damn thing because I hit supply everything, and so they were taking the things. They're taking the things that were the seeds out of the farms.
Ever since I was little, my mom has always told me about how people get weird around the full moon, and she wasn't wrong.
Demand off of the food seeds. Just there we go.
Yeah, it's
okay. Now we just gotta put them. We gotta put the seeds back.
Yeah, she was not wrong at all. It's crazy.
Had another almost inch of rain in this afternoon as well. So
you had another what?
almost inch of rain.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. We actually had a really crazy storm here too.
It's not unusual this time of year, actually.
Mainly, this full moon, what I'm not looking forward to is that people are already being really weird. And like, personal space territorial weird.
As Jim Morrison said, people are strange.
That they are.
Strange. People are strange.
Hell yes, they are. Your words have never been spoken.
I'm sure there's a couple of people who get my archaic music references.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, music used to be a lot better. Now music is just...
Exactly. One of the interns was totally blown away that I had cassette tapes today. She'd never seen a tape player before. Never seen a tape player before.
She never saw it. Are you kidding me? This is like 22. All the people who are finding out from Shiloh about how VHSs work, and I'm like, oh god. I'm like, whatever timeline we're on this first.
She'd never seen Titanic either.
I actually have never seen Titanic because I think it's fucking stupid. But that's a whole separate issue.
Oh yeah, right. It's.
Listen, I prefer reading about the IRL Titanic sinking. Like, let me make this clear.
Right, no,
I care about the IRL Titanic. The fucking dramatized bullshit that is that movie can die in a hole as far as I'm concerned. I just have no patience. I
think you need to watch it at least once just for saying
I feel like I'm gonna laugh at it because I've seen a parody of it, which... Like, let me put it to you this way. What I was dissatisfied by was the ending. There was enough room for Jack on that motherfucking raft. You cannot convince me that there was not enough room.
No,
like, a bitch could not scooch. You could not scooch. You could not put a little work into it.
Okay.
So that is the debate.
There is not a question of whether or not he could fit. It's whether or not he would sink it. And he would sink it.
That is
for the love of God.
Among fans of the movies and everything else.
His weight on that door, they actually tested this on Mythbusters. They got the same kind of wood.
They could lay really close to each other, like they were apparently fond of doing up until that point. Why is there a floating fish? Oh, it's a drone.
They would press the door into the water far enough that they would still be in the water and it would be sapping their body.
Right. For the love of God.
They couldn't both be on it. And also,
I have not played Lies of P.
The other thing is, he tried multiple times to get on. He could not get on without knocking her off the other side or pulling her into the water. Like in the movie, they spent a lot of time, like a minute or so, trying to get him on without knocking her off. And because there's nothing solid to hold on to.
So that's what they ended the movie with?
No, we're not gonna.
It's not how they ended the movie. People. There's a lot more to it.
The debate on who should have survived and who didn't has been ongoing since the end of the movie.
Oh, for the love of Christ! You know,
it's one of those
pay attention to the real, like to the actual.
So the actual people in it are actually sort of based on a true story. Their characters are
Who was in someone's messy business like this? Who was having an affair with...
Well, okay, the main characters are not, to my knowledge.
Okay, yeah, like let's talk about what we're talking about here, because I'm like, wait just a goddamn minute.
Around them are.
Right, there's a lot of people that I think they actually went back and looked up the names on the passenger list or something like that. Now, are they officially? Do they know the history behind them all?
It's historical fiction. Yeah,
because I'm like, who was in someone's messy business enough where they were like, these two are having an affair, then survives, and that's what you're talking about in the lifeboat? Like, bro, that would have been impressive. That's an impressive degree of being a hater.
Yeah. Listen, I think you need to watch it at least just once to say you've watched it and gone, oh, I hated it. But
Meck is so selling me on this movie. I absolutely hated it, but I think you should watch it.
No.
I feel like what you want is for me to react to watching the Titanic for the first time, which is fine. I will absolutely react to it and like post some shit on YouTube of me watching the Titanic for the first time. The problem is, and I say this with every game reaction, I know that Asty's already laughing as she's probably lurking, but like literally anybody who knows my game reactions knows that my movie reactions, like my reactions are really not for the weak. Like I had a single good thing to say about Claire Obscure. I was so angry at what was basically just imitation bad AI art. Like I was like, I'm like a dog with a chew toy. You know how there's people who need to give their dogs those like industrial grade chew toys? That's the problem with me in art. So I'm like, before I do a film review, like let's just get one thing clear. If you love the Titanic, please do not fucking watch it.
No, I watched it many years ago and I thought it was kind of corny.
It's like how Sino feels about Braveheart is how I feel about anything that I feel like is either trying too hard.
Braveheart was a good movie.
Braveheart's historically dog shit.
Yeah,
it is, but it was still
that's the problem.
No, like it's a good story.
That's fan fiction.
Factually, one of the worst, like historically misrepresents.
Right, yeah, no.
So this is why I always give the disclaimer, like, if I do a review of anything, you gotta figure it's gonna get absolutely ripped into shreds like a dog toy.
I mean, I'm that bad about, World War II movies and Civil War movies, so...
I've honestly considered changing my brand name to Effie Hates Everything, because I can just fucking go.
Because I'm one of the guys that's, watching the movie and going, no, there's a freaking light switch on the wall. They didn't have those in 1890 or 18 whatever.
I mean, in fairness, that is a legit concern. Like when I was watching, oh my god, not the Wreck of the High School.
Is there a World War II movie in 18 whatever?
No, the Civil War stuff.
Oh, Civil War. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that they did have light switches in World War II.
In the Civil War movie glory,
maybe not, yeah.
and Gettysburg, I actually know several reenactors that were in the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
They did the movie when they had the giant battle at Gettysburg. One of the annual get-together giant battles at Gettysburg, reenactments at Gettysburg, yeah. So, they asked a bunch of reenactors, hey, we're filming the movie, you want to be in it, kind of thing, but he said, sure. But there are quite a few scenes where you can see guys with, like, wristwatches and sneakers on.
That would make me insane. I would start, like, levitating. It's almost as angry as I get about The Exorcist. I mean, I can really riff on this topic, but basically the number of times that I want to just pick up and shake by the neck all of the directors and all of the writers, and also the author himself of The Exorcist, the book, the number of times that I have wanted to just pick up and shake. All right, Hydra, quickly look at my screen. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the drone. That means something's on its way to pick it up.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay. I thought that was a fucking fish because I'm blind.
And anyways, the problem essentially became there was just too many freaking reenactors.
The Galbia, right?
Pleased.
Well, yeah. So that's the Galbia egg. Yep. That's one of the eggs. And go to the supply demand thing there on the water life collector.
Supply everything.
Yeah, supply everything so that way.
We got more eggs.
Yep. Okay, I just want to make sure that you had everything hit, just so that way.
So it's
whatever
functional.
popped up would be.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. I thought that was a fucking fish because I can't see apparently. Welcome to my life. Oh, these are so pretty. Are these the new ones? Look at the purples.
Effie's geeking out about fish.
Frogs, actually. Frogs.
Frogs.
There's a purple frog, and I'm really happy about it.
They all taste the same anyway.
Oh, for the love of Jesus. Listen, don't make me review for you like I reviewed Claire Obscure. That was a fun time for us all. We going in like a fucking dog. with a dog toy on a 70 stream streak. Let's go, Phoenix.
To know me is to love me.
You can now make bear larvae.
And I agree, there are... The simple thing is, on the Civil War stuff, there were simply too many people to police.
Yeah.
And there's things like bad production. The movie Pearl Harbor. Oh my god, I was so pissed off. So one of the scenes, when they're bombing the ships, they are modern naval ships equipped with fancy radar dishes and missile launchers on them still. And they very obviously have missile launchers.
For the life of me, I don't know why people can't do basic research.
It was like you CGI'd everything else. You couldn't CGI that.
Oh my god, no, Phoenix. Phoenix, we can't even talk about the dialogue problems with Claire Obscure. That drove me out of a window. The way that it all sounded like AI, except for this one moment of sound over where it literally sounds like a scene out of porn, and it's just a brother and sister trying to hug. I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. I was like coming undone. I literally sent this to Phoenix, and I was like, I want you to tell me I'm being a bitch. Undone. Literally.
I almost want to play this game just to experience how bad it is.
Oh my god, bro. I was such a ragey bitch. Phoenix can tell you guys, I was literally DMing him. I was just like losing all sense of self. I was like, I am depersonalizing and derealizing in real time.
You know, they're talking about some drink and, oh, this drink's horrible. Here, you want one? Yeah, sure, kind of thing. You know?
Literally, I was just like, we must share this because it's that bad. I really hope I don't die with these fish eggs in my inventory. I'm gonna be really angry. Fuck me, bro. I think I might be about to die. Oh, but I found a tablet. Great. Thanks. Except that doesn't fucking help me. Oh my god.
You're there.
I'm in some fucking Atlantis. I accidentally go out the door and fucking find Atlantis. Do I find oxygen? No. But I always find the fucking unnecessary bullshit that nobody needs to ever fucking find because I have a fucking Malinois brain. Now, please, for the love of God, just let me get the... Oh my god. This is like the closest margin that there has ever been. Iron Age Inquisition. Thanks, though. Expedition. Okay, the fact that I just saved my life by a nanosecond while bitching about this furiously is like amazing.
15 seconds.
This is where being an angry Italian comes in handy.
Nobody
expects me lose my mind.
Spanish Inquisition. So,
what? The Spanish Inquisition? How are we at the Spanish Inquisition? I wasn't that angry.
Never mind. It's never mind. It's a Monty Python reference.
Oh, I see. I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
So, important question. When Conan?
What?
When Conan?
When Conan? When do you guys... Yes. Alright, so everybody who's in my fucking chat. Alright, A-Leg and Purdy, I know that you guys already signed up for Conan. Don't worry. You do not have to respond to this. Everybody else who has the game Conan Exiles... What are we doing with our lives here? When Conan is the key question. Because here's the thing. So I need for all of stream to hear me when I say this. We need 15 confirmed. You will fucking play the game at least a minimum of 2 times a week and log into the server players before I will actually pay for the server. Because what I'm not going to do is get the server, have all the spots filled, and then have it be dead. So I need 15 confirmed. You will play the game minimum 2 times a week slots. Once we get all 15 slots filled, and I know for a fact that we're going to have an active server, then from there we can talk about expanding it and doing more. But this is the kind of game that without multiple people, it is not fun.
I can't guarantee weekdays, but I can probably
no, you don't have to be assigned certain days. I'm saying minimum of 2 times a week you're going to try and be in there, even if it's while nobody else is online on the server. You know what I mean?
All day long kind of thing. Weekends if I can.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is that you will log in and you will play some of the game at least 2 times a week for the time that we have the server. Because the problem that a lot of folks have is that we give out these spots, right? And then nobody touches it. And it just sits there.
Right.
You be down? ASCII perfect. Perfect. Because I'll tell you what, for those of you that have Conan Exiles, it's so much more fun with friends where me and ASCII could build like a big old goth castle base or something. Or like go exploring or do whatever.
I want to see what her and you come up with.
Yeah, like that's what I'm
really
saying,
do.
because like then we can also talk mods, then we can talk whatever. I just want to make sure that we have confirmed spots filled, whether with crossplay or otherwise, because the biggest thing, so I don't know if the servers apply to crossplay. I will have to check that, by the way. But basically my whole thing is that what I have to do, you have to get the game first. Asty, check for when it's on sale. I think Steam should be having a summer sale fairly soon.
Yeah,
There should be something going on. But basically my whole deal is that once we're confirmed, that weekend, I'm going to dispense a message to everybody who says that they're going to have a spot, and we're going to all be in one private group channel that's just called Community Game. And what I'm going to do, by the way, all mods will have access to this as well. So if there's mods playing, you'll just be automatically added. But the whole big thing is that what we will be discussing is like, okay, when do we officially date-wise want to start this from when everybody has availability? Because my biggest thing is that I also don't want to make it so that you guys can't play it, because I pick a random date for me and it turns out to just happen to be like, oh, well, for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be on vacation, because that would suck. So what we'll do is we'll confer as a group. We'll get group majority about who's available when the most. I want to do this properly, because if I can get up to 15 slots, that's a fun time, you know? I mean, hell, I don't mind expanding it to 50 slots if we have 50 confirmed people. What I care more about is that it's like, who's actually going to show up and play this game?
So I know
You too,
somebody that may
Samish?
have a server still.
What happened?
I don't know if I know somebody that may still have a server up. Well, he can spin it up fairly quickly.
Well, the reason that I want to make ours ourselves is because we're going to handpick mods, and I want absolutely nothing that is like awkward or weird, especially for the ladies who are playing. Because let me put it to you guys this way.
I totally get it.
Conan can get a crowd that is not ideal. That's all I'm going to say.
Totally get it.
I've run afoul of them myself, actually, the first year that we were playing it, and I swear to God, I don't know what I was smoking that I had such fantastic patience level. I wish that I would bring that back, whatever that is. If God himself would like to let me know, that would be awesome.
Must have been that good shit.
Yeah, it was like, I'm like, man, how did I not lose my mind? But Samish, please give all the cats a big kiss too. But yeah, if Asty's down, then perfect. What I want to do is, what we'll do is once I know who's all interested, I'm going to basically send out a confirmation and be like, okay, let us double check. Let us make sure that we are all in agreement here about timing, and then we'll go from there. Because otherwise...
I'm trying to... It's been a while since I played it, so I'm trying to think of the mods. It may still be functional.
There's a couple fantastic ones. I have to ask Sinnoh too for his mod list, and I figured that Sinnoh, War, Dashira, Ghost, everybody who I also tabletop with, you are also invited. Obviously, Hydra and all the mods, you guys are also invited. Everybody in the community is more than welcome to join. All I want to know is, do we have 15 confirmed people who will show up minimum before I do this thing?
I'll have to ask my buddy with the server about what's changed a lot, because
I know that the follower system is kind of broken.
It's always been broken. It was never... Well, I take it back. It did, but then they were massively... You could end up with guys that were massively overpowered, and if you...
Is it annoying some of y'all to kill spiders for me? Oh, we won't mind. We won't mind. You just send them my way and I'll be taming them up.
I'm not sure you could do that with spiders until you get...
You can. You actually buy the eggs from the marketplace.
Yeah, right. You buy the eggs,
I know, because my ex actually bought me spider eggs and gifted them to me.
The Age of Calamitous mods are always a lot of fun. It unlocks a lot of endgame stuff.
Okay. I guess that's going to be the next question. So what we'll probably do is, once we have the group set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take polls from the group to find out from you guys, by the way, like who's never played the game before, who wants to experience like actual content in the game versus just run around and build. Like that way, what we don't do is we don't accidentally spoil shit.
Yeah, no, there's so much. One of the reasons I like Conan so much is there's so much to do.
Oh yeah.
Even in a PvE environment.
I'm a straight up Conan builder. Like the entire time that we have the server, you can all expect to have medieval reconstructed, accurate size and scale kingdoms that I just start building up out of nowhere.
Full-sized Great Wall of China across the desert at one point on one of our servers.
Yeah, like I absolutely love building in this game. So basically for me, that's where I'm going to be flexing.
Full-size Lord of the Rings.
The problem is that I also buy every cosmetic, so I have like all the necromancer cosmetics and all the aesthetic stuff to make everything
I've got
green.
most of them too.
Trust me, I don't know if I'm more excited for the Conan server or if you guys are more excited for the Conan server. I feel like we're all going to be thriving.
I am for sure, because I want to see what you come up with.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm thinking
like,
Fortress Point 2. The thing is too is that whenever I build these big towns, everybody has a room in it. So like that way, if you guys need like a home base, but you don't feel like building a home base, then there you go. There's one ready-made, you know?
I mean, I've got over 1,000 hours in it, so I've played it quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's one of the best games out there, especially in the survival crafting genre. And especially with friends, because even if you're not into survival crafting, it's not a very, I would say, it's not really a heavy survival necessity game if you're playing with friends who can supply you with stuff.
It's okay. You can change all those settings in the server things and everything else.
Oh yeah. Well, I always turn down the hunger and thirst drain personally, because otherwise I find that to be the most annoying experience that's ever existed.
It is when you're trying to build something, that's for sure.
Like, basically my thing is that I turn it down, but I don't turn it down to the point where it's a crawl and it's non-existent. I turn it down just enough where it's a healthy tweak that's like, okay, we still have to pay attention to this, but we do not have to be worried about this every 4 seconds. Because let me just tell you right now, I have to really ask Sinnoh for his server settings and what we were doing with ours, because that was kind of perfect. It had just the right amount of rhythm to it.
As I said, it's been a while, so I don't know what works and what doesn't anymore.
But yeah, what I figure is that what I'm going to try and get the server for is either a 60 or a 90-day period, depending on what we all feel like. Especially if everybody just really wants to build, then we'll do something like a 90-day. Because I feel like that's a fair amount of time to build stuff, deconstruct it, reconstruct it.
I will warn you, if you overbuild, things can happen to the server.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I built a fortress that took more than 25 seconds to fully load in and snap in.
Load in, yeah.
I'm not even exaggerating when I say that, like,
been there, done that.
Yeah, like, when I say I'm a builder, I mean, like, I'm a fucking builder. In most games that we play, that is what I like to do.
Been there, done that, yep.
But there's a certain cost per hour. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, if you guys have like power concerns, but you're like, as to the best of my ability, I will try to at least be in minimum 2 times a week, then we're gonna give you a pass. Like, it's like we're not gonna be saying to you guys, you didn't log in 2 times this week and now you're kicked from the server. That's not what I'm saying. Right. What I'm saying is that before we get it, I just want to make sure that we're all gonna be engaged in actually having the thing. It's too often what you run into is just basically a server that's like only 2 people are using it.
A friend of mine has the server, runs the server from his house. He's got a server rig and everything else.
Oh, it's dedicated.
Host games. Yeah, he hosts games.
Have you seen the aquariums recently?
Did you add more fish?
Well, just look at the layout.
But
anyway,
what did you turn them into? I'm excited. Hang on, I'm going back to see if we get more of the Galdia fish eggs. Give me 1 second.
But anyway, we did massive testing. I was one of the guys that helped him run the server. And we did a lot of testing to see what actually crashed things and what didn't.
Oh yeah, so and building is going to be one.
We were trying to crash the server at points.
Good lord.
You know, we were covering shit with torches and everything else, you know.
Just really said we're just going to
Oh yeah, no, that was part of the plan. We were trying to see how functional it actually was.
Yeah, I get that.
And, you know, because he got this gear, he buys the gear secondhand. I don't know if his system is still up. He's had some... I said I haven't contacted him in a while. I contacted the other guy that I helped on the server with for a while. And he's pretty good too, so he knows what he's doing when it comes to Conan. He likes Conan a lot more than the guy that was actually running it, so...
I believe it. I mean, I know it's interesting. So when I got into Conan, I previously mostly played Ark. And I feel like what's nice about Conan versus Ark is that Conan is definitely a more friendly game.
Yeah, you don't get eaten instantly.
I mean, you do, but it's funnier, especially with the death animations.
My first experience with Ark was I built a little wooden hut thing on the beach.
Yep.
You know, a shack, and it was then stomped by the Gigantosaurus or whatever the giant bony one.
Yep, classic Ark.
Classic Ark. Like because it got pissed off by a little tiny thing that spat on it. Yeah.
Yep. By the Dillo.
That was 5 minutes into Ark.
Yeah, that'll ruin your experience with a new game.
Just like, oh my god. But then again, I also played Ark for many years, official.
Yeah,
PvP
Ark is basically just a death simulator. That's all it is.
Oh man, you want to talk about toxic? Try an Ark PvP community.
Oh, I know. I dated an Ark PvPer. You don't even understand.
Oh my god. No, it was bad.
No, it's insane, bro. It's almost as bad as the Rust 1v1s to settle anything. I mean, it is. When that meme was going on with Trump and Elon, I was like, now listen, this is the part where I die.
And as I said, after years of it, a couple of years of it, I just finally got done. I'm done with this shit.
Sometimes you kind of just have to be for your own mental peace and sanity. I feel like there's a special kind of toxic that brings out the evil in everyone.
Oh yeah, no, and Ark is one of the worst games for it, I think.
Well, because it feeds that urge.
You have the original Arks, right? All the.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've got survival
the giant
involved.
one. Okay. Right. Yeah. The one that's 500 gigabytes plus. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Primal Fear mod is awesome, by the way.
I've heard good things about that one. That's honestly, I just wish that they would optimize that freaking game because I would love nothing more than to be able to use that game.
And that was why I quit playing it altogether, is because I didn't have 500 gigabytes worth of space on my computer to burn.
Yeah.
I didn't want a whole nother hard drive dedicated to Ark.
I want it, but I'm like, the problem that I run into is that streaming it is just not fucking feasible. It just looks horrible, you know? Any single time that I try and stream Ark, it's just miserable. It's so taxing.
It burns so much power. Yeah, it's just, no, I was the same way eventually. I mean, just playing it regularly. Hell, I even put it on my new high-powered computer, and it just...
You sound like you're constantly about to blast off.
It worked, but it was, and it still had the typical Ark issues, and it was just like, I got a $3,000 computer, I'd expect it to run a little bit kind of thing,
Oh, yeah. No, I completely get it. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest problems with it, if I'm being so real, is that it's a great game, but they don't optimize it.
Primal Fear on a dedicated server was hilarious.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. No, that would be amazing. So I'm trying to think. I know Primal Fear. I also know the recent they did a recent Greek Gods one that was kind of interesting.
The alpha dodos are scary.
Oh god, yeah. Well, the alpha dodos are terrifying.
The zombie dodos.
What kills me are the terror birds still to this day.
Oh yes, those are nasty. Oh,
they're just so fucking mean.
So in the Primal Fear mod, they're kamikaze dodos.
Thank you, Forward. Appreciate that.
They explode. There are Nuka dodos, which are like Fat Man launchers from Fallout. Miniature nuclear explosives. Yeah. And we played Primal Fear on a PvP server once, and I had figured out how to breed the kamikaze dodos, which explode when the enemy gets near. And some idiot broke into the room with about 50 of them, and oh my god, I would have paid good money to be in his head, because all of a sudden all 50 of these exploding dodos suddenly look at him as he blows through the wall.
Oh my god, amazing.
And then the server shat itself very thoroughly.
Naturally, as one does.
And when it came back, Most of the base was gone, but that's details.
But that's details. Yeah, casually.
Right, little details. But I said the moment he busted through the wall and figured out there were about 50 of these things behind the wall.
Oh my God.
Just like that would have been hysterical to know what was going through his head.
If only he was a streamer.
Shit.
It would have been hilarious to see it live.
I don't know. It was wrong floor. Sorry. Because they all turn around and look at you when that happens.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that with gigas. I enjoy having like a sneaky giga somewhere in the base. And it's like having a Malinois, really.
Oh yeah, and then you blow up the door and go, oh.
Whoops, wrong door.
Yeah, wrong door. Sorry. Oh no, I've played many hours in Ark, so a friend of mine has over 4,000 hours in Ark. And he at one point was breeding gigas that were almost indestructible.
Oh shit. How high were the stats?
Multi-thousands.
Bro. That's God tier work. That's God tier work.
And he would airlift them and drop them on people's bases.
I love that so much in ways that it's hard for me to describe how much I love that.
I mean, I had 1,000% dodos at one point. It started as a science experiment. And,
it started.
You know, okay, well,
it started
we'll make
as
the
a
dodo
science
horde.
experiment. How did it end up like this?
Right, we'll make the dodo horde, right? Yeah, okay, it'll be fun for the memes kind of thing, right?
Well,
and then we figured out that a shit ton of dodos can actually kill a T-Rex.
Yeah, Ark is fun that way.
So me
and my army of near indestructible dillos understand, and each of them was named Dildo. It was like Dildo 1, Dildo 2, Dildo Red, Dildo Blue.
We had those as well.
I fucking love the Dildo Dillos.
They were annoying as hell.
Listen, what I love about them is that I actually, you guys aren't ready. The shade that I threw at my ex-boyfriend without trying, we were watching Jurassic Park, and the scene with the dillo came on. And I was like, hey, look, honey, it's you. That's exactly what your personality is. Like where it pops out and it comes back out.
Right, yeah. So which Jurassic Park are you watching?
Yeah, I know. So where the dillo pops out, and I was like, hey, look, honey, it's you. And this man turned so many different shades of purple that to this day, I still think about this. It's like, that was the best burn that I wasn't trying. But my autism pattern recognition was like, oh my God, look, it's you. And I'm like, oh God.
Don't get me wrong, I like Ark. It was a lot of fun. I just wish it ran better, and I wish I had the space.
If it ran better, we'd be streaming it full time. If it ran better, I don't even think I'd ever be in another game, because I could just sit on Ark forever. Atlas too. Does Atlas run well?
Atlas called to me. It does.
Because if Atlas runs well, I also think that we should do an Atlas server at some point and do proper pirate bullshit.
So, the community, the devs kind of abandoned it.
I know. They'll never be improved upon or fixed. It's a janky piece of shit, but it's a pirate janky piece of shit.
The mods and everything else, they approve a lot of it. And there are some seriously good PvE servers out there and RP servers out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what we should do. We could have fun with it.
Once again, Atlas is it's hard on computers.
Yeah.
Lower end ones. I mean, I ran it on a 1060 all day long and had no problem. But ultimately, I'm not sure what streaming it would do at the same time.
Yeah, that's always really the question.
And I mean, it was a good game. I still like it. It still holds a special place in my heart.
Hydra?
But
this is the Hydrator base officially. Jesus. Of fucking Nazareth, these look cool. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I just came home to like...
Oh yeah, C-SPAN.
Doug Dimsdale, the Dimsdale Dimmadome. The Dimmadome. The 50,000 Diminomes. This
Yeah,
looks
Ark and Atlas
awesome as
both.
fuck.
Both are awesome games, but I wish they ran better, and I wish the communities weren't quite as toxic, and I wish that they
Agreed
would
completely.
actually optimize the damn game.
I honestly hate toxicity in all games, if I'm being so honest with you guys. I feel like the only one that I'm willing to give a slight pass to is Rust, and that's because Rust was literally designed to just be a toxic waste dump and like,
Oh
fine,
my
whatever,
god,
you know?
so some of the worst people I've ever met have been Rust people.
Oh yeah, oh they're horrible. They're actually,
And
I
it's just
literally
like,
used
oh
to know
my
a guy
God.
who would challenge people he disagreed with to like a whole server war on Rust, and it was just the most
And it was just
abominable bullshit.
It was stuff just to be dicks, and it was just like no. And it's and I've always had the unwritten rule on any server I've ever been in. So don't mess with my stuff. I'm not going to mess with your stuff. You know.
Yeah.
You mess with my shit, it's going to be on. But you don't mess with my shit. I'm not going to mess with yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Rust
know, even
people
on
are rough.
yeah, it was. It's just I got no time.
It
for
makes
that,
you question
know?
your whole sanity.
I play games to relax, not to stress out over.
I don't play games so that I can weep because somebody murdered and delivered pieces of my dead horses back to my base.
Right, exactly.
Like, mother of God. I still remember how insane that the shit was. And then there was even like a little serial killer note and everything, and I was like, bro.
Now,
Bro, what?
now don't get me wrong. I've done some shit like that. And,
Like, bravo
You
on the
know.
roleplay. Fuck you, though.
Bravo on the
I've done some
roleplay,
shit
yeah.
like that in Ark.
Exactly.
I mean, there were a couple people in Ark that were in Atlas that we left some messages that were, haha, thanks for the goodies kind of thing,
Oh yeah.
But
like usually not,
we always
full-blown
did.
serial killer roleplay.
Right, and as soon as they, they came back and, we're sorry, kind of thing, yeah, we gave them a bunch of shit to rebuild it all,
Which is very
It's just,
considerate.
yeah. Right. And that was always the fun part. Oh, man. So, have you played Atlas, Effie?
I have, very briefly. I didn't have anybody
Okay.
to play it with, so it was just me running around with the wildlife.
So,
and I
we
was
made
like,
a giant... the group I was with, the SBS Gamer group, who's actually the guy that runs the servers and everything that I know. I still keep in contact with one of them, the rest of them, not so much. Long story. But, anyway, we always lived in the land of the Yetis.
okay.
And because the Yetis were an amazing passive defense system. Because nobody wanted to fool with the damn Yetis.
Fair.
And it got to the point where we would just kind of walk around the Yeti and went the other direction, and the Yeti would go after us for a minute and piss off, and it was fine. So we would build these massive bases. We had the Battle of Penguin Island or something we called it. Where
Oh
we
my
built
God.
a base and layered it in such a way that it took these guys about 12 hours, real game time, real hours, to blow through the wall.
Jesus Christ.
And when they finally managed to do it, we all flung grenades at their head and then left. And then popcorned all the stuff. It went, see ya, suckers. And then popped off to our base in the tropics.
But like that's a normal level of
Right.
You get what I'm saying.
pissed them
That's a
off
normal
so much
level.
was I was very good with the rifles. So basically I had a pile of beds and laid this little sniper outpost on a giant tower that nobody could get to on the side of the mountain. And would spawn there, snipe a bunch of guys, die from freezing, spawn again, and go back to blast again. And I did that for a good 4 hours. I did that for a good 4 hours, and they were just like so pissed off at the end of it. And then at the end, they said, "Oh my God, guys!" He said we were giving up. The next hour, he said we had managed to get through the wall. The next hour, we were giving up.
Yeah, I get that.
He
No, I
said,
completely
and then they
get that. I'm
accepted
honestly
us into
surprised
our
they didn't
clan.
call it sooner.
And then they said, "You guys are part of us now. Build it. Build the base for us."
That's hilarious. You know, though, sometimes that's what it takes. That's the respect.
Oh, yeah. It was an awesome game. I love it. Still love it to death. It didn't get to the point where it was so horribly bloated like Ark.
Oh, I know. Atlas is honestly a fantastic game. That's one thing that really frustrated me, that it didn't go farther.
And the community is what killed it once again. The PvP community killed it off.
It's almost like PvP in games is a problem.
And and there are some games it's okay in. But, you know, and it's just, they get all these people, and they had people starting to charge money for stuff and servers to get advantages over others, and then they had the Chinese takeover attacks, and it was a mess. The Chinese would log in, this is dead serious. The Chinese would log in, overwhelm a server totally, crash the server, and reset all the defenses.
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah, right. And it got to the point where you physically couldn't do anything about it because they were just so freaking many of them. And this was all on official servers.
Yeah, that would be fucking infuriating.
So, it was. Especially when you're running a 5-man ship kind of thing. And, 5 guys that can't be on all every 24/7 because, we kind of sort of could, but because, we had people from Australia and everything else.
Well, no, and that's why too, like, even with what we're talking about on our tiny server, all I mean is that people will use it. I don't need for this to grow to be a fucking Omega thing. What I mean is that, like, I need to get a realistic head count, because even if there only turn out to be like 10 of us or whatever, I would still clear it. I think for me, it's just like, are there going to be 10 actively engaged users, or is it going to be 10 people where like only one of us is showing up? You know what I mean?
And my main reason for stepping back from a lot of games like that, online stuff, it became a job.
I hate that.
And
yeah,
a job you paid to have. In subscription-based games or paid
exactly. And that was the same way with Eve.
Well, that's why too, what I try to do is keep it fun for everybody, where it's like people are just having shenanigans. You got your builders, you got your explorers, you got your whatever. You got your folks who are going to do this stuff regardless just because they love the game. You know what I mean? Just because it's fun for them to do it. Like for me, I will always be building purely because I love to build.
And once again, I love in-game pranks. I love building boxes around people when they wake up. They can't get out, Oh
yeah, it's fun as shit.
Sticking him on top of the tallest thing around or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah. Especially too because we have a lot of streamers in community. That could go really hard.
Right.
My biggest thing is just so long as it's not like server or game breaking, where it also ruins the experience. Like it can't basically escalate into bullying,
Right, yeah, no, and that point needs to stop.
Yeah, because I've heard far too many things, unfortunately.
We were playing with console commands in Conan once, and we figured out there's a character size command.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
My head.
That makes sense though for things like chaos tricks.
Your horse spawns directly. Any horse you get on automatically turns. It scales to your size. So there's a picture on one of I don't remember, I think it's on my other computer, my other hard drive, of me standing next to this tiny little horse with my buddies sitting next to it, being about 3 feet tall.
I love that so much.
Having this giant horse next to it. Yeah.
Just the behemoth horse.
It was hysterical.
I do love that.
We played with all those server stuff and everything else. This is all when we were trying to do stuff like crash the server and everything else, because we wanted to see what are idiots going to do to this thing, because it was in a public server, and somebody is inevitably going to do something like this, so we need to figure out what kind of stupid shit they're going to do. So we're going to do all the stupid shit first to make sure it can actually handle it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I said I miss those guys sometimes, and the community kind of went to shit. They started playing Eve again, which took over their lives, and
Yeah.
Now that's a job you pay to have.
Right.
So what is
exactly.
Eve?
It is one of the original MMOs.
Oh.
However, it's become so paywalled. It's based on what's called ISK, which is essentially in-game currency. However, people trade it in real life and everything else.
Oh my god.
And stations are also considered things like
There's
a battle
only one
station.
server too. They like
right.
What the fuck?
And it's very
you have to play on the world server.
right, and it's total PvP game. Basically, there's and it says in big letters, when you play, expect to lose stuff. But it's things like stations and higher end setups and battle stations and things. They're costing billions of this stuff.
Dear God, dude.
And yeah, right. And what kind of toxicity do you think that breeds?
Oh, I mean, I think one of the issues is too is like when we think about the fact that all of gaming engages the dopamine systems. Like, for example, people don't even realize that streaming is just gambling, which is one of my favorite funny things that I like throw out there, especially as somebody who's literally worked neuroscience. And I'm like, yeah, guys, our brain just considers this gambling. It's the same thing. So it's like, it's really funny for me when I consider these like giant MMO games where I'm just like, man, this is just a dopamine fiesta. This is just asking for violence and aggression and all other kinds of insane shit. Probably hilarious to watch from the outside, but I would never want to participate on the inside.
And Eve is that bad.
I believe it. I believe it.
And there have been like, these guys, some of these guys have battles that are couple thousand people strong.
Jesus Christ.
And
like,
billions of dollars of
and I'm guessing that it's very taxing to run on top of all this.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as billions. But
I mean, people spend thousands of dollars on this game.
Yes.
Regularly.
Millions.
To buy stuff.
Millions I can believe. Billions is
billions is the in-game currency.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like money, actual money invested into.
But I know people that have spent well over $12,000 on this game.
Oh yes.
And it gets to the point where, and guess what? They can lose it all in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And it's just, no. As I said, I did not like.
Imagine having $12,000 just ready as disposable income right now. That's the insane part to me.
And that's what I said. And and that's what I've always hated about multiplayer games like that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
somebody inevitably has a bigger pocketbook. They can spend all their money on the game and spend everything they have, tons of money on it, and buy the best shit. And they haven't even worked to get it.
It's insufferable, I think. That's my general stance on it, is that I just cannot stomach it.
Right, exactly. And that's always been my problem with those kind of games. Things like Call of Duty and stuff like that. No, thank you.
Yeah, I've never had any desire. I don't know what it is with me, but I don't know, man. It's kind of like we have the casinos by us up here, and the only way that I can describe it is that I have never in my life had a single desire to go gamble IRL either. Like, I just think that it just really is throwing away money.
Let's go gambling. Oh, dang it.
The most I've done is this: I put $15 in a slot machine and got $15 out of it, and I went, okay.
Exactly, and you're like, great.
I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, that was scary.
I've gambled a little bit, like here and there, just more about like, oh, let's try, like, let's.
Don't get me wrong.
I've
played poker with buddies, kind of thing,
Right, yeah, but that's also hanging out with your friends.
Right, mostly bragging rights and maybe a milkshake or two, kind of thing, but.
Yeah, it's not like you're out here spending $25K on the blackjack table.
Effie, what do you think of your aquariums?
What happened?
Hell, I think we did one once for quarters or something,
What were you saying, Hydra?
What do you think of your aquariums?
I love them. If this is gonna be like Rust and you're asking me so that you can destroy them, I'm gonna smack you.
Say good, bud.
I will fucking kill you. I will hunt you down.
She will hunt you down.
I would deserve it. I would deserve it.
And from what
Listen
I
to
know,
me, the reason I
FE
can't play
will
Rust is because I'm a
actually
horse lover. I literally own the game, but I'm like, I know for a fact that I'll get some absolute fucking douchebag, like this guy I used to know, who like carves up the horse and serves it back to me.
I didn't even know they had horses in it. So.
In Rust?
Yeah. We
Brother.
never survived that long.
But you know, that's fair. You know, that's really fair. That's very fair. I can't even say I'm surprised, because honestly, that's the Rust experience, I feel like.
I mean, well, I take that back. You know, we had metal bases and everything else, but it was just... you could see it in the way I build stuff, that I come from the PvP environment.
Oh yeah, where you're
all of my
very
stuff
prepared.
is massively simple, though.
Yep. Trust me, I dated one that was literally
I mean,
a
it's totally
PvPer, and I knew because he
form.
kept on building boxes.
Right, exactly. And that's exactly how I build stuff.
It was just a glorified box, and I was like, oh my god, you're a PvPer. I was like, holy shit, they exist in the wild.
And that was because it could be blown out of whack, and I don't give a shit because I could just build a new one, you know?
And then there's me with my like 18 tiered castle that I'm basically like, if you even set a foot on my land, I will not only kill you, but kill the entire server out of spite.
Right. And then it's, and you know, I mean, I was the stuff, I carry everything I own on me kind of thing, you know, so nobody can grab it. Yeah, no, it's all the way I did all this stuff. Listen, I did all this stuff for years, and eventually I got, so I'm still trying to learn the other ways of doing things, but I'm getting there. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just didn't have the time and patience.
Oh, did you ever get a look at the frogs I picked up, Effie?
Are they not out in the wild?
Well, the new ones that I picked up earlier when I was...
There's a gorgeous purple one. I see a blue one. I see this gorgeous black and pink one. Holy shit.
Sorry, Effie stream for rambling.
And this red one. No, you're fine, Meck. No, it's fun discussing this stuff. Which ones are you referencing, Hydra? Were they what
the ones
general...
I brought? Black and orange, glowing orange ones with black feet.
I'm on my way back. I bring fish eggs.
This is why you guys are my people. You understand all this shit.
Oh, absolutely, Meck. I think it's fun as fuck to talk about it, and I think it's also fun to talk about the games that we love that fell into disrepair. And also the communities that we love that fell into disrepair, because it's such a huge thing. Is like, you will see a community go downhill and you will miss it years after you used to be there. I mean, I still feel that way about communities that I used to be a part of, is that like, I basically watch them sink into toxicity.
And it was, and it was
really
unfortunately, that was the downfall of 90% of those communities, unfortunately.
And it still is. I mean, we've basically, like, even on Twitch, man, like the communities on Twitch, it's like, I hate to put it this way, but yeah, it's exactly Game of Thrones just being repeated out, like exactly what Machiavelli talked about in his principles, playing out in real time.
Politics and infighting, yeah.
And unfortunately, and what I think is really sad is that there's all these kind of power struggles, especially too in streaming environments, which for me, I've always found it really, really cringe and a bit weird, because
unfortunately, I think also Twitch kind of promotes that and fosters
absolutely. Absolutely. The whole way that Twitch is designed keeps a lot of that going. And I think one of the big problems that we have, and I've actually always had this problem with Twitch, like, so I was always very frustrated with the fact that creators can't set their own prices for their subs. Like, for me, I would keep it at a standard $5 and keep it there. You know what I mean? Like, why they would move it past $5 for a tier 1 sub is bananas to me. Then you have the whole mobile debacle, then you have the whole tier 2s and the tier 3. It's just like, oh, for God's sake, enough.
And then, oh, by the way, you know, you have people that watch a bunch of streamers and want to subscribe to it and all. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And like, that's the thing, is that it's actually more than the streaming services.
I have Turbo for that reason. I get ad-free, and they still get my ad revenue. And I watch a lot.
We get 100% ad revenue, which is actually pretty decent.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm running so many ad blockers, it's not possible to get ads.
Yeah, it's basically it's.
I don't blame people for running ad blockers, but
I don't actually take that back. I don't have an ad blocker. I have a special version of Twitch called Extra.
I'll put it to you guys this way. Ad revenue doesn't really generate that much income unless you're really doing significant numbers. Like when we do the holiday event, and sometimes I've had like up to 40, 50 people, like just routinely, then you'll see the ad revenue start stacking up because it's like, okay, it's 88 cents here, it's 90 cents there, right? So it like, it will accrue over time.
That's not.
But for the most part, if you're running like 20 people, oh yeah, you're only making cents on the dollar. You're not, and even then, and the thing to keep in mind is that either way, Bezos is taking about 50% of what you make. So it's like, basically, as tempted as you are to get really attached to these ideas of these metrics, one thing that's always made me laugh about the people who get very protective and over defensive about their communities is I'm like, bro, we're arguing about pennies on the dollar. Like, other streamers should be able to just exist with each other without this being an endless struggle.
That's why I've always gravitated toward communities that are actually there about the people. I mean, hell, I'm in a bigger one. 8,000 viewers or whatever, 8,000 followers or whatever. But, the guy knows me by name, and so does everybody else.
Exactly.
And that, to me, is important.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not just a name and a number, you're
absolutely, I agree.
You're a person, and that matters so much.
I consider that the most important part of streaming, if I'm honest with you guys. Like, I don't really ever want to get to a point where I can't ask you guys, like, how are you doing, and actually see the answer. Like, it's
exactly.
It's like, I do this because I genuinely enjoy people, and I genuinely enjoy being online with people and hanging out with you guys and gaming and making this like a group collaborative type of thing. I don't have any desire to become, like, I desire to grow, but I don't have any desire to grow to such a point where I can't regularly check in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I watch a lot of these guys, like, for example, an Insum, who will have like 3,000, 4,000 people in his chat at once, and yes, it moves very fast, but there are trends in what chat is saying, so he actually keeps up with them and like tries to generally like hold a stream of consciousness conversation.
Yeah, it's the people, it's this one thing that I don't like is, the swimsuit streamers in their hot tubs that are trying to get, just doing it to get views,
Oh yeah, I mean, my big thing is like, look, my whole thing is like, I don't really care what other people choose to do with their bodies. I'm not gonna pick that for me personally, because I, first of all, don't have any desire, but second of all, it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of maintenance. The way that I see it is this: if somebody is really like that passionate about it, where they really love doing it, great. But like, do I frequent those spaces? No. But I also don't use Twitch outside of being... I also don't use Twitch outside of being live anymore. I used to use it a lot, but unfortunately what you find out is that it can get very cult-like very fast with certain communities. And to be honest with you guys, having been on the like really negative end of those consequences, I just prefer not to indulge myself in the idea of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get so ingrained in somebody else's thing. Like, I'd rather focus on you guys.
One of us.
I just can't. The weird cult mentality sometimes just got to be a bit deafening.
We're already in the Effie cult. You know that.
What happened?
We're already in the Effie cult. You know that.
Well, thank you. But my biggest thing is that I never want to also get to the point where it's like, God forbid we ever had a stream where I start like fucking going off on somebody or something. I'd still like you guys to be like, hey, Effie, hey, guess what? Fuck off.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? No, and I never want to get to a point where I'm doing anything else but that.
And I've never had a problem saying that to people.
Oh yeah, because it's just, it's one of those things where I think, unfortunately, when people get bigger, they get...
to tough love, and may call you some nasty things, and may say things you don't want to hear, but I do it all because I actually give a shit.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, and I'll be very honest with you guys, like, people grow on this platform, and they sometimes grow to a point where they get so big for their britches that they forget that they started small. And it's really cringy when it happens, where all of a sudden like I'll never forget during one of the holiday events, I was like, because I think we had something like 44 or 45 consecutive people on repeat during one of the events that we did, right? Like 44 people. I actually like consulted mod chat. I was like, hey guys, I was like, this is a weird request, but like, can we get a mod in here? I was like, I have a lot of people right now. But like, I think that's the max that I've ever asked for. Like, I I don't really like the whole idea of like making stream a job for people.
Exactly, and I always say do it because you love it, don't they? If you make it a job, then it's not worth doing anymore.
Well, once you make it a job, and realistically with Twitch, and I think this is the thing that people also forget, people feel that vibe when you're looking at them like they're just a dollar figure, and it's like, yeah, well, now suddenly you've dropped your support base because you're also not looking at them as people anymore.
Right. That's one of the big reasons I actually stopped doing the reenactment stuff, is it became a job.
Oh yeah.
I actually,
and especially too if you're good at what you do. Was that the one where you consecutively stayed live for those days? So you know what it was, Phoenix? It was actually while we were playing Manor Lords. We like, when Manor Lords came out, I had like 44, 45 people routinely in chat. And I just was like, hey, can we get like mods in here? It's like I got a lot of people chit-chatting.
It's a good
game. I just want to make sure that we have eyes on the situation. So can I like get an extra mod or two in here? And it was one of these funny things, but like, I don't know. I run my community also though with the policy that like mod is a privilege that every single VIP can work up to. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where for the most part, like if you're already a VIP or you're someone that I'm seeing frequently, or if you're Hydra and you can just ask and we immediately trust you and vibe. Basically, like you can just pretty much immediately like, yeah, I'm not going to be like, no, you can't mod for me or make it like as if it's some elusive special privilege. I think that that's the natural life cycle of being in a community, is that you can rise the ranks to become a mod, you know, and eventually defend the same thing that you really love. It just, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but to me that's just,
don't put me in charge. I don't want to be in charge. I want to enjoy it.
Well, yeah, and like, I mean, here's the thing. I'm saying it's totally by choice. Like, if you're a VIP, you can basically just at any point be like, could I get modded? And it's like, usually 9 times out of 10, like, yeah. I'm not going to dissuade people from wanting to also step up and have mod privileges. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's not that deep.
Phoenix, I don't think you're a Twitch streamer unless you've had to at least can a couple people.
What happened?
Phoenix, I'm reading the chat too. It said I don't think Phoenix said, oh, I think it was wanted to say where you had to tell a couple people off, but it could have been. And I said I'm not sure you're a Twitch streamer unless you've had to do that.
Oh yeah, I mean it's what was I on about with that? I forget what was oh, it was Manor Lords that we were playing. Manor Lords is a fantastic game that I need to check out.
It is. It's a great game. I love it.
Yeah, I need to check that one out again. I'm really good at those building sims.
They've changed a lot of stuff. They've redone a lot of stuff.
I'm so excited. That means that I got to re-download it and hop back in at some point this week. That'd be really fun to revisit.
Yeah, well, how long ago was it since you played it?
Oh God, I played it at launch.
Right. Yeah, I did as well. But it's they definitely they've changed a lot since then. So.
I played that thing into the ground. Phoenix, are you down for more of the building sim that I stress everybody out because I play it on 20 times the speed? And I do it very effectively, where I have my community and like the multiple like hundreds of thousands of dollars of income.
You would like Foundation as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love any of those games. My favorite game growing up was actually Stronghold 2. That was like my absolute favorite. Like I would just go to town on Stronghold.
I grew up on SimCity, so.
Right? See, I just needed the medieval version. Right,
which is, so Foundation's a lot like Manor Lords, but it's a little more cartoony. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful game.
If it's the one I remember, then yes. Oh yeah, you know the one where it was basically like we were looking at like individual blades of grass because the game was so gorgeous. Yeah, we're gonna play some more of that this week because I feel like that will be a really fun management game.
It is a good game. And my other favorite one's Workers and Resources Soviet Republic.
Oh, dude! All you had to say was Soviet Republic.
That's a fun game.
But no, I think for me, my biggest thing is with Twitch is that, like, I think because I come to Twitch from having previously done, like, very serious neuroscience things where people were talking about things, I'm just like, yeah, like, we're just gonna relax and game and have a good time.
And,
nothing in
yeah,
life is
no,
this
I mean,
deep, y'all.
It's been very interesting to hear how all this stuff. Do you think all this stuff works by, by actually you being a scientist and having degrees and all this stuff? So.
Well, and it's fascinating to me that people don't realize that streaming is gambling when it's directly activating your dopamine circuits. And because all of what we do is donation based, it's basically like every single time that you start up the camera, right, you have your brain basically queuing itself up for the idea that there may or may not be a payout, which is extra addictive for us, right? Like, it's one of those things that we love more than anything is variable reward.
And that's the whole thing about the addictiveness of social media and the likes.
Exactly, and it plays on all of those at once, because you have the follows, you have the subs, so you have money coming in.
Right.
Then you've also got people who are basically I'm telling you guys this truly, like, I've loved some people in my life who I've watched just succumb to this bullshit where it's like they don't even realize that they're in an echo chamber surrounded by people who are literally kissing their ass and have believed and bought into their public mask. And like, then they talk about feeling empty, right? Like, they don't have hobbies, they don't have other stuff that they can really do outside of stream. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
And people
like,
wonder
what do you mean
why
you don't have a
kids
foundational
these days
life outside of this?
So obsessed with things.
What happened?
Like, people wonder why our kids these days are so obsessed with social media and everything else.
Well, because it's an endless feedback loop, and it's also an endless echo chamber, and so it's very dangerous. Like, I actually find those environments to be some of the most aggressive and dangerous. I mean, Hydra, feel free to sound off on this if you've also seen it. But like, every now and then you'll come across people where it's like I forgot what group game we were doing fairly recently. It might have been on a repo stream. We were talking about this. How there's like a streamer that was like literally just his whole stream was like telling his followers how much better he was than them at a certain game, or like they'd be playing with him and he's just like insulting them to their faces. And I was just absolutely fucking baffled by this. I was like, so you're telling me that people really will just sit here and like what's your end game here, you know? But he's like, I sit there and watch because I want to see him fail, and I'm just literally like, man, the things that we as human beings can get addicted to. And I mean, like, listen, I'm one to talk, as all of you know, I have a dark web boot fascination, but that's like morbid and kind of fascinating because it's not really something we see in everyday life. I feel like one of the things is with these, environments is that where they get very addictive for people is this idea of cohesion and belonging, right? It's like, oh, well, this guy's kind of a dick, but like, he's my emotional support weirdo dick guy. Like, he's not, he's not dangerous. It's my emotional support weirdo. And it's like, bro.
An asshole. Sorry.
Yeah. And it's like, bro.
And it was like, it was the stupid stuff like, when, you've seen the movie Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like, everybody was going, oh my god, I want to be in the Joker Harley Quinn relationship.
It's so funny that you say that, because my cousin who died was obsessed with them. And the minute that my older cousin, who's like 73, and this is her daughter who passed, unfortunately, but like the minute that she was saying that that's what my cousin was obsessed with, I felt so much empathy for her as a person. Because I was like, man, I'm so sorry that you lived like that.
That's not a relationship. That's a toxic... Yeah, it's a self-serving...
It's parasitic. And I think what's really unfortunate is like, and that's what we talk about a lot with these social spaces, right? Is like the conversation about parasocial relationships and whatnot develops. It's why as we're playing the quarry, I have to tell you guys, I find it to be such a red flag when people hate Emma, even though the whole time Emma's sitting there and she's like, I'm not Jacob's girlfriend. And Jacob is like, how dare you touch my girlfriend? She's like, I'm not your girlfriend. And everybody's just ignoring her. And I'm like, bro, this should horrify you deeply.
Okay, so I don't hate her. I do think she's bratty and annoying, though.
Oh, absolutely. But so is most 18 and 19-year-olds for our age range at this phase, if I'm going to be honest.
You have a point there.
Like, most kids with TikTok brain are insufferable, and I would not want to be in the room with them for more than 4 seconds. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I'm so thankful that my niece seems to be the exception to that. But like, and that's the thing, Phoenix, it's like there's this almost obsessive need to like be privy to the lives of others. And I think a big part of what we forget about, though, is that like,
No, I did that deliberately. I'm just consider a dog.
Yeah, I got you.
But I agree. I mean, I think we're getting down to that point where it's just, it's annoying. Kids these days,
Yeah,
Here we
and
are
it's
sounding
just,
like a
and it's
bunch of grumpy
okay,
old
and like
people.
they should be, they're teenagers, and like that was the point I was making, like she's annoying for a teenager, but like sitting here and acting like she's some sort of like grand antagonist, I'm like, it's your prior trauma with the mean girl stereotype coming out, and I love though, and I have to say this, I love that the Dark Pictures anthology intentionally keeps giving us women who are not likable, and it just brings out the internalized misogyny all over the place, because I'm like, guys, you should not teach your kids that they have to be likable with everyone. She's repeatedly saying to this guy, I am not your girlfriend. I have broken up with you. We agreed that this was for the summer. Like, what is the deal? And he's repeatedly ignoring it and calling her his girlfriend. She is well past the point where she needs to be nice to him. And if she were my daughter, I'd be applauding her for not being nice in the face of a guy who's not listening to you. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't have to love the methods to agree with the fact that at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to do that. It's just weird, and it's one of those funny things that I'm just like, yeah, I'm very similar to like Emily and Until Dawn. I don't look at Emily and Until Dawn and see anything but a person who's in a really shitty situation overall. But I love that they purposely did the names like Emma and Emily just to drive the same point home. I mean, me and Phoenix, but God bless Phoenix, I think we dissected Until Dawn down to the nuts and bolts of how that game was created. Dude, look at our GTI right now.
Yep, we need to double it in order to get the next
Holy mashugana.
Unlock. Like, we need to legit double it.
Well, at the rate it's going, I'd say we're on our way. But no, it just, I think all of Twitch, all of streaming, and all of communities, online and offline, games, or just IRL, it's all a balancing act, right? It's all just having to be very mindful of boundaries. It's important to stay aware of yourself, the line in which you occupy in space, the line where others begin. Yeah, realizing that Jacob was a bit of a creep. He wasn't giving put something in your drink vibes. Yep. Yep. That's what I'm saying, Phoenix. And believe it or not, by the way, my Tyler IRL was the exact same way. He was that, but also mean. Oh my god, Hydra, these frogs. Oh my god.
You finally got back to take a look at them?
Oh my god, they're like flame frogs.
Yep, I got them from the volcano area.
Yo, they're gorgeous.
Oh.
Oh my god, they're so pretty. And then just our regular frogs over here. Let's see what we need. Water bottle, common larva. Maybe we should make more frog farms. And Meck, I presume that you're turning into a pumpkin?
I'm actually looking at probably doing what I shouldn't be doing and looking at Steam.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna stop that right now. Because I was probably gonna buy more computer games that I don't need.
Aw, but we love collecting those.
Yeah. Well.
Phoenix, if your future boyfriend is ignoring you breaking up with them and continues saying my boyfriend, that is not your future boyfriend. That is your ex that is getting blocked immediately. That is insane.
Why are people saying?
Meck is like, I am just straight up. Oh, I meant about the music playing at 3 a.m. Listen, I fully signed on to the just standing outside the window at 3 a.m. The fact that you just said the music playing just added so much context to my existence.
Okay.
If not, my future boyfriend's getting gifted a restraining order. Can confirm with Tyler that it is really variable whether or not that works. I hate to report as much.
That's Nothing
died, and I was
important.
like, all
We
right,
can now
how many?
make generic frog eggs.
Yay! Yay! Ugh. All right, excuse me. I'm gonna place some more frog farms as I am dying in real time.
Oh yeah, this is Effie totally. This is
What?
getting saved.
What?
Oh, a meme somebody sent me. I put it
I'm
in the
excited.
group green gaming chat.
Is it mean?
No.
Oh, it's definitely mean, and I'm excited. Listen, I don't mind being mean. I like a healthy dose of mean. Good night, Lord. Sleep well, dude. Alright, Hydra, I've gifted you 4 more frog farms, because I know you're taking off with the frogs. Alright, let me see this meme. I feel like this deserves to be seen on chat because Meck can't stop laughing.
I was laughing at another one. Somebody
Necromancer, we aren't keeping it. Ranger, just give them a chance. They might grow on you. Necromancer, we don't need a dang dog. 3 sessions later, Necromancer, I believe Mr. Chubkins needs his walkies. It's actually me with Riot. When my mom was like...
Exactly, that's why I said it was...
My mom literally went and goes, I think it's going to be really healing for everyone to pour love into Riot. And it's like, it's working, everyone. My diabolical plan to blue pill her is working.
The other meme was one. It was well, it wasn't really a meme. It was supposed to be alive. It was somebody going, "Oh, you know these. Oh, look at these Marines. You know they're sleeping because the public or whatever. The Trump didn't give them anything else and sleeping in a giant pile on top of each other, kind of thing." And I went, Marines do that anyway. They're just asleep, guys.
They're asleep.
Then he goes, then the response was, come to think of it, I think we did that too.
Oh, I like that a lot.
It's not so much as they don't have beds, they just do that. If they're that tough, these guys have been traveling all day from God knows where, they're exhausted, they're sleeping where they lie.
A mood. That's how I'm about to be tonight.
On deployments, you learn to, as I understand it, you learn to just sleep whenever you can get
it. Exactly, because you don't know when you're going to be doing it again.
Precisely.
Hell, I learned that just reenacting, doing reenactments. And that was because we were so freaking busy every day. You know, if you had, 30 minutes to yourself to take a snooze, you did it. Snooze or eat.
Oh God, yeah.
And you shove a biscuit in your face and crash.
You're like, this has to be good enough.
Put your boots up on a chair, or put your hat under your face, and go to sleep. Yeah.
So believe it or not, that's exactly the life that I have lived in this house my entire life. That is basically the level of survival mode that we've been in. Now try unlearning that once it's ingrained.
Right, and it's, as I said, that was just something we did. Because
it becomes normal. You're like, I'll eat when food is available, and it just never is.
And exactly, you were talking to the public, or you were off, you were being a photo opportunity, or you were off doing something, and you were exhausted at that point. So you just went and crashed somewhere. Hell, I mean, that's what most of us did after our main battles. We technically all we did, clean our guns out and everything else to make sure we didn't turn them into a pile of rust. Hell, most of us just went into our tents and stripped down and crashed in our underwear because we were exhausted.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell, I remember didn't even take my uniform off once. I mean, I was crashed. We were out there crashed.
So after the 365-hour event on this, I'm not even kidding you when I tell you. The fact I even got makeup off is something I don't remember. I think at that point, I think that sometime that day, I had just been like, let me put the makeup wipes next to my bed because I know for a fact I'm gonna forget them. You know that I fell asleep taking off half the makeup on my face? Like the wipe was on my face.
Somewhere
I woke up with the
there's a
wipe on my face dry.
Of there was a picture on, I think it was one of the Facebook pet groups I was in, the reenactment we were at, and you know, we were basically getting into position after the battle, kind of, and before the battle, you know, and you guys are going over here, kind of thing. You know, you don't come out till halfway through the battle, kind of thing, an hour later. And we went, okay, so we stuffed our haversacks full of snacks and wandered over there, and then crashed. You know, and you know, it looked. Somebody took a picture of it, and it looked very Civil War-esque. You know, we all had our boots up on our rocks, kind of thing. The guy next to us.
Oh, I love that though.
Our faces, sound asleep against the trees.
All right. Let's see. What are we at with animals?
Collapse in a heap.
At 44.45 thousand grams per second.
So I've added 4 more frog farms for you.
Yeah, no,
I'm out looking for more frog eggs too.
I meant the biomass of animals thing.
The terraforming score.
I'm gonna throw up some rockets. You guys want to see animal spreader rockets go off?
Yes, please.
I'm watching. I could just see the fish falling from the sky. You know. Effie, I'm watching you on stream now, but you're.
Ew.
It's a bit strange to hear you and then be delayed.
I know, right? Can't wait for spaceships to go to other planets to build civilizations on them. I don't honestly know if we're gonna get there.
We have to figure out how to break what we understand as a fundamental limit on movement.
We'd also need to create a whole new political structure to compensate for space.
Well, like, okay, that is theoretically possible to get a political structure. It is theoretically possible. Not likely. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it's theoretically possible. Currently, there is no theoretical possibility, as we understand the science, to travel at the speeds we would need to reach other planets in one person's lifetime.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's
like currently, as it stands, like the best idea concept is generational ships, where generations of people live on one ship traveling to the next star system.
I don't know. I won't be around to see it.
Yeah, nor will the people that launch on those ships.
Right. Which is always kind of I don't give a shit. I won't be alive.
Yeah, I'm glad I won't be alive.
I'm
honestly glad because I have got to tell you guys, the whole idea of spending one's whole life on a ship like that, it has absolutely zero appeal. Fuck me. Did I really forget water? And it's raining. Water filter, can't you just collect the rain?
Use your water filter. There's not much. There's plenty of
I'm
spots
surrounded by lava.
Oh, well, in that case, you're screwed.
I would love to, but I'm surrounded by fucking lava.
We are now over 2.3 million in animal growth.
Wow.
Oh my god, the GTI.
Now the GTI.
Yeah, I'm watching it go ding, 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 ding on the side of your screen there.
Look at the actual tonnage go up on mine, Meck. Like, just literally.
Man. Ooh, I don't know if my bandwidth is gonna like more than one at the same time. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Nothing blew up.
Literally less than a second. Literally
wow.
2 tons.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
It's still going to take us. We're still not going to reach mammals tonight.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, look how fast this number is moving.
How are you guys doing exhaustion-wise?
I'm fading, Effie, I gotta admit. And I took a long nap when I got home, and I'm still...
What's up, Archer? Radio silence from Hydra noted.
Getting old bloody sucks, I tell you that much.
It does.
I'll be turning in soon.
That's what I was kind of feeling too. I wanted to double check because I was like, what is up? What's up, Sergio? Welcome in. No, I wanted to make sure that we're all in sync because I've been over here yawning. So I was like, I felt bad. I was like, uh-oh. I better check in with you.
I mean, you've been making me feel tired because you're yawning, but...
But
the only person
I wasn't even aware that you
Effie
two could hear
doesn't want
it.
to be the first person. Effie doesn't want to be the first person to admit it.
Oh no, I'll be the first person to tell you guys I'm fucking exhausted. Fucking exhausted. I took my magnesium last night. The coma level sleep that I had last night. When I woke up this morning, I woke up to a pouring rainstorm and was like, I could just sit in bed and fucking die. I could just die. Archer, yeah, Archer knows. I'm like the first person that will sit here and be like, yeah, I'm freaking exhausted.
Oh, I'm gonna be tired. Tell you what, I'm gonna be tired and sore after Friday. I got car stuff I gotta do. I gotta move tires around.
Oh shit. Waking up to a rainstorm is nice. It was, dude. It was cozy.
And I, of course, have chosen the cars with like the heaviest wheels possible. So.
Isn't it fun when we do that?
Yeah.
Amito.
I couldn't get the nice little magnesium alloy ones. I had to get steel wheels on one of them.
It really is, but then you don't get up till 12 p.m. You ain't wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. And then I feel like I burned half the day.
See, I hate that feeling. I like continue to wake up at like 5:36 no matter what the hell is going on these days because I have to be like getting in the conditioning mode for Riot. But I'm basically like, oh, by the way, Archer, Riot is officially confirmed because my mother now feels that pouring love into him will heal us all. A miracle hath occurred. I don't know if Riot is truly going to be the reincarnation of Jesus. I suspect that I'll be calling him everything else except the reincarnation of Jesus. However, my mother is convinced he is. And you know what? That's all that matters.
So when are we getting him? You guys figured that out yet?
I'm hoping for the end of summer because we have to basically get all of these security measures put in place that are just pretty much securing the property to make sure that, God forbid, if he gets out, we know what direction, and we also can immediately...
Puppy-proofing, yeah.
Yep. So I've got to do that. I've got to do all the Venetian plaster all over this room, which is going to be absolutely insane. All 4 walls and every nook and cranny is getting covered in Venetian plaster, so that's going to be probably about a 2-week-long job.
Because
all of it has to be hand... What happened?
What's the plaster for?
For one, it's going to be the final renovation that I ever do on these walls because it's basically like a permanent version of wallpaper that's stone dust mixed in with paint. It's pretty gorgeous. So, good luck. I've been watching some vids from another streamer who's moving to Texas with his German Shepherd and adding another doggo into the mix. This German Shepherd, I know doggo, so good luck. Oh dude, Mals are even crazier than Shepherds. The thing is, though, to understand is that if you're meeting their needs mentally, they're fine. Like, honestly, some of the easiest dogs to get on with. I'm in, like, the formal certified, I might become a dog trainer by the end of this courses. So, like, basically, the thing that you gotta understand about Mals and Shepherds is that they're some of the easiest dogs to train if you have the time. Thankfully, I do. If I only had like an hour or 2 a day to devote to this, I wouldn't honestly get a Malinois, but I have more than 6 hours per day of time. Like, we're fine.
must be nice.
It is, honestly. I have a good arrangement at this moment. So basically my whole deal is that, you know, because I have the time to do this, I can devote all of myself to it. And hey, who knows, maybe even volunteer at the shelter soon. Which would be very cool. You know, getting to be like one of the shelter trainers would be awesome.
That's a dangerous thing to do because you'll end up with a bunch of critters.
Oh, I mean, listen, I'm gonna end up with a bunch of Malinois, which I'm gonna anyway. It's just basically like, it's like how to waive all the adoption fees and just permanently have them with me.
I have set it up so there's an autocrafter making drones, and the drones will come pick up the drones and add them to the thing so that we have more drones.
We will just have an army of drones.
We have a self-replicating set of drones.
Labradors and Huskies. Yes, Labs and Huskies are both very friendly. They're both very beginner friendly. Actually, not Huskies. Labradors are the perfect beginner dog. Huskies, I would not ever recommend to a beginner dog owner, to be honest. Because Huskies will get into shit. And to be honest with you guys, the number of times that you see an understimulated Husky that's dealing with all kinds of medical problems because of it is crazy. Tier 4 jetpack, I'm on my way back to the base. All I had to do was see a tier 4 fucking jetpack, and here I am on my way. That just got me more excited. You mean the drama queen doggos? Like, here's the thing. So I would love to someday get a Beluski, which is a Belgian Malinois mix with a Husky, because they just have the freaking sweetest faces. It's like the combination of doggo is perfect. But the thing is with a Husky is that because we get a significant summer here, like 2 to 3 months, I actually just don't think it's ethical to have them in the climate that we do. Like, granted, in the winter, they're cruising and they're having a great time. But being so for real with you guys, that's a lot to ask of a dog. I don't mind the howling so much. I'm one of those people where, like, I can easily deal with that. The thing that I more or less have the... What happened?
Can everybody else deal with it?
I think my parents would actually adore that, if I'm being honest with you guys. Which is, like, maybe their toxic trait. Still love them, but the cons I can't. Yeah, they're beautiful. It's just, I find it very tough to meet their needs. I think it would be very legitimately challenging to figure that one out. As much as I love them. Do we have an explosive oh, yes, we do. Still love them, but the cons I can't. Yeah, that's why the Mal for me works out well. Can't get enough. Yeah, Labs are wonderful dogs. They really are. They're such wonderful beginner-friendly dogs, too. Like, that's one thing that, you know, it's interesting because every now and then you'll see people really be, like, down on the beginner dogs. And I'm like, no, man, you really always want to have beginner-friendly dogs in the roster. You need them. Beginner-friendly dogs are usually some of the most approachable breeds. So I would say like the Labrador. Honestly, Raj's breed, the King Charles Cavalier, was pretty solid unless you don't have a decent chunk of money for vet bills, in which case I would say steer clear. Because honestly, with Spaniels, that's the thing, is like when stuff goes wrong, it goes very wrong, very fast and very seriously.
They're prone to issues.
Exactly. So it's like, basically my whole deal is that I would say just don't be unwise about it with them, but for the most part, I don't know, man. Spaniels from a decent breeder are also great dogs to start out with. You've got to get uranium. Holy shit.
I love that there's, I unstuck myself inside the, oh, never mind, there's actually a door here now. I was gonna say, like, feasibly, how did this frog get in this otherwise perfectly enclosed compartment, and that has been sealed off since before amphibians were on this planet?
He's the 1%.
Like, oh, never mind.
All right,
yeah, we gotta get some uranium.
Call it a night.
Good night, Meck.
Take it easy.
Listen, I'm not gonna be far behind you. Good night, dude.
Yeah, same.
I am fading fast. As a matter of fact, I think I'm actually gonna save here. because we're gonna need to get uranium on next game to upgrade the jetpack. And I, for the love of God, do not have it in me to go looking for uranium right now.
Oh, is it? Oh, are we making too much? Okay. Go look at all the uranium rods we have. The
Where?
system's just making uranium rods.
Where?
You can deconstruct them into
Oh,
regular
for the
uranium.
love of Christ, there's only one in here.
No, look, come look at how many uranium rods we have over here in the rods.
There's so many. What the fuck?
Because the other ones have been getting used. The other rods have been getting used. Uranium rods haven't. So
Love
it's
of
just,
Jesus Christ. Right, well, right. So that's a thing that happened. Jesus of Nazareth. Oh my God. That is actually the funniest shit. Why were we just passively constructing this many? Were we anticipating a power outage
rods.
that needed this many?
I just set to construct all rods, and then
Nobody tell the freaking Soviet Union they'll be at the door in 5 minutes for another RBMK reactor. Whee! It's a tier 4. Okay. Time to go journal and also wind down as well. Good night, Archer. I've got my thing. That in there forward. That's so cute. I love dogs, man. Dogs for life. You too, Archer. I will see you tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe we'll do another double stream day, depending. No promises, but the double stream day is pretty fun. Alright, let me save here. Fix the food and water, you know, in case I perish. And Hydra, I shall be right back. I am gonna rip.
Alright.
Alright, y'all. Well, what another wonderful stream. This is very chill. This is very fun. This even had some podcasty energy when we were talking about community stuff. But anyway, y'all, I love you. Thank you so much for being here for the second stream of the day. This was very fun. I love doing like a random double stream event thing. Don't worry, we're not doing a surprise event. I don't know. I felt like being on more today. But anyway, it was a really good time seeing you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Be well until then. And I don't know what we'll be playing. We might even hop into a little bit of Manor